The video Alien Outer Space, UFOs on the Moon and Beyond explores the possibility of intelligent life beyond our planet through leaked government UFO reports, the discovery of Oumuamua, and testimonies from astronauts about UFO sightings during their missions in outer space. The video discusses the government's history of secrecy regarding UFOs and the challenges officials face in bringing the truth to light. Various alleged encounters between cosmonauts and extraterrestrial beings are also discussed, as well as times when American and Soviet astronauts witnessed unidentified flying objects while in orbit. The video concludes by suggesting that life on other planets is a possibility, given the vast unexplored space beyond Earth. The possibility of intelligent life beyond our planet is explored, with consideration given to leaked government UFO reports and the denial of their existence, as many believe there is a hidden truth being kept from humanity. The mysterious object discovered by scientists in 2017, named Oumuamua, is also discussed, with evidence suggesting that it might have been a piece of advanced technology created by an alien civilization. The object's high-speed and U-shaped hyperbolic orbit that sent it back out into interstellar space made it impossible to have originated from within our solar system. In this section, the video discusses two instances of potential UFO sightings related to outer space. The first is the discovery of the object Oumuamua, which was classified as a comet due to its fast-moving and jet-driven motion, but researcher Avi Loeb believes it is actually a light sail from an advanced technological civilization. The second instance involves reports from Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin claiming to have seen UFOs on the moon's surface, and a professor who spoke with Armstrong years after the moon landing claimed that they were warned off the moon, leading to a sudden end of plans for a moon city or space station and subsequent missions that were quick scoop and back again operations. In this section we will discuss various testimonies of astronauts confirming the existence of unidentified flying objects, UFOs, during their missions in outer space. One of the most notable events was when the first man on the moon, Neil Armstrong, reportedly saw two UFOs on the rim of a crater during his Apollo 11 mission. The video also mentions that the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, is a civilian agency, but many of its programs are funded by the defense budget, and most of the astronauts are subject to military security regulations. This has led to allegations of secrecy and cover-ups, including strict orders for the astronauts not to disclose their sightings of UFOs. In this section, several encounters with UFOs in outer space are discussed. One instance occurred during the Cold War where there was little cooperation between American astronauts and Soviet cosmonauts. Gennady Monkakov and Gennady Strekalov, cosmonauts from the Soviet Union, claimed to have witnessed a large silvery sphere near the North Pole, approximately 20 to 30 kilometers above the Earth. Another encounter involved Chief Engineer Vladimir Alexandrov from the Cosmonaut Training Center, who claimed to have a picture of a UFO taken by cosmonauts Valery Ryumin and Leonid Popov, but Soviet authorities suppressed the incident. Lastly, Major Gordon Cooper, the last American astronaut to fly in a solo mission, caught a UFO on his scanner. In this section, Major Gordon Cooper, a former astronaut, shared his experiences with UFO sightings, including a green glowing object he witnessed traveling towards his capsule during one of his missions in a Mercury capsule. Cooper claimed that American radars capture UFOs on a daily basis but all remain hidden from the public as the government does not want to cause panic. Cooper also shared an incident where he and his camera crew spotted and filmed a silver UFO saucer that slowly came down to land on a dry lake bed. However, when Cooper reported the sighting to Washington and handed over the film, it was never returned to him, suggesting that there might be a government cover-up regarding UFO sightings. In this section, the video discusses the government's history of secrecy regarding UFOs. The secrecy began in World War II and continued through the Cold War, with officials afraid of causing public panic and fear over the possibility of superior enemy technology. Over time, a web of untruths was woven, making it difficult for officials to now bring the truth to light. The video also mentions Joseph Walker, a pilot who claimed to have been sent on direct missions to detect and photograph UFOs. Walker was an astronaut and the only X-15 pilot to fly above 100 kilometers during the program. He is credited with filming sightings during his missions, but the films have never been released to the public. Unfortunately, Walker was killed in 1966 during a plane collision, which perhaps adds an eerie note to the secrecy surrounding his UFO sightings. In this section we will discuss various instances of unidentified flying objects, UFOs, witnessed by American astronauts during their space missions. These include an incident where astronauts James McDivitt and Ed White saw a metallic object with huge arms during a test run over Hawaii in 1965, and another sighting by Gemini 7 astronauts James Lovell and Frank Borman during their 14-day flight where they saw a UFO some distance from their capsule. While these sightings were explained away as rocket boosters or never officially acknowledged, McDivot's photos of the metallic object have never been released to the public. In this section, various alleged encounters between cosmonauts and extraterrestrial beings are discussed. One instance involved Chinese astronaut Yang Liwei, who reported hearing knocking on the outside of their spaceship. Similarly, 3 Russian cosmonauts aboard the Salyut 7 reported seeing massive winged humanoid creatures hovering outside the station, with faces resembling those of peaceful angels. The cosmonauts experienced subsequent skepticism and denial, attributing their encounters as hallucinations induced by space travel. In this section, the transcript excerpt discusses an incident where Soviet cosmonauts witnessed gigantic, winged beings that appeared like supernatural beings, leaving even foreign scientists in awe. All 6 of the space travelers reported the encounter to ground control and were subjected to physical and psychological examinations upon their return to Earth, which they passed with flying colors. The medical diagnosis points to the conclusion that they saw angels or anomalous astronautic entities that resemble divine messengers, leaving one to wonder about the existence of extraterrestrial life and advanced technologies beyond our understanding. In this section, various accounts of UFO sightings by astronauts are discussed. One account describes an elliptical-shaped object resembling a barbell that was seen to rotate in flight direction near South Africa. Another account recalls astronaut Donald Slayton witnessing a saucer-like object move away from him at over 300 miles per hour before disappearing. The account of astronaut Leroy Chow reports an unusual object during a spacewalk in 2005 while installing navigation antennas. In this section, excerpts from the Apollo missions are discussed. During the missions, astronauts reported seeing strange lights, and on one occasion, they heard strange whistling music in space. In addition, there are discussions about the roads and craters on the moon, with some suggesting that there may be mining taking place. More recently, SpaceX's Crew Dragon spacecraft had a close call with an unidentified object before reaching the International Space Station. In this section, a YouTuber named Secure Team 10 claims that a photo taken by Apollo 9 mission shows a dark triangular-shaped UFO flying just above the clouds, and this is evidence of extraterrestrial life. The YouTuber argues that the astronauts who clicked the photo had no idea that they had snapped the UFO. However, experts support the idea that life on other planets is a possibility, given the vast unexplored space beyond Earth. They believe that if we look down at our planet from space, we would only see one small planet without any demarcations of natural boundaries, and as such, it is natural to ponder the existence of intelligent extraterrestrial life. A man who has worked on advanced propulsion systems for over 51 years and studied extraterrestrial spacecraft argues that Earth is being visited by intelligently controlled extraterrestrial spacecraft and that few people within major governments have known this since at least 1947. He believes none of the arguments against this conclusion by noisy negativists, including Carl Sagan, stand up under careful scrutiny, and that this is the biggest story of the millennium.